the overall consensus for Singapore would be ISTJ, which...
Like what? Singaporeans being very realistic.
So very realistic, like very tangible, the S, right? What's the data out there? What certificates can I do?
Yes.
When we're in the lift, we don't say hi to each other.
The I part of that, the T part being efficient and having good systems, right?
Yeah.
The J part being very like future planning and like very organized in the way you do things. And I think if you look at like the way that the country runs in general, I don't know, for me, can you see ISTJ in the country?
Yes, I definitely can see it. Because when I talk to a lot of Singaporeans, a lot of them don't care about like the bigger picture. They just want to make sure like, okay, right now, today...
Can I get married by?
Yeah, today I want to get this done. I don't care about a you problem, that problem. It's only a me problem that I need to worry about. And they just want to do themselves. I don't know how to say. They want their own work in that day to be as fast as possible, as efficient as can.
Right, so the efficiency and the planning thing. Like I had an employee again a few years ago, and he was like, I'm going to work with you guys for a year, then I'm going to work for another company for a year, then at 30 I'm going to get married, then I'm going to get my...
just straight up, he just tell you.
Yeah, and then I'm going to get my apartment, and then I'm going to work for the next company for 20 years after that. I'm like, holy cow, dude. Where's the flexibility in your life? Like, go and see the world, spread out, do other things, you know. But
just
he was like 22 and his entire life was mapped out in front of him. I couldn't think of anything. He was very Singaporean.
Yeah, you know what? That is absolute.
Sounds legit, bro.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like, look how successful Singapore is as well, right? So it's totally there.
Yeah.
And I think in the bigger picture, we talked briefly about like, there's a focus on academics and certification and, you know, going through a particular pathway. And the creativity in Singapore, I feel like is beginning to blossom a little bit, right? But not yet. And not yet. Like you guys being musicians, I think you're in a smaller industry at the moment, but I feel like there's an undercurrent of change and that like creativity might become more important over the next 10 or 20 years or so.